Hello there guys, and welcome back to Warlock, Master of the Arcane. Well, I've made a temporary peace with the yellow guy. We actually have a non-aggression pact at the moment, so I guess my plan of attack now is to try and go for the red guy. But as this game's been panning out, I pretty much know that if I go after him, the yellow guy's going to turn on me again, and then I'm going to be fighting a war on two fronts. Either way, I would still like to get that city back if possible, and I am getting a bit of an army. On the other side of the map, though, we've still got this city here that I've lost. Now, I'd like to get that back as well, but I don't know if there's a great deal I can do about that. I guess I could try and make some more galleons and just hope. And I've got enough money for another one. Try and make some more galleons and try and take it from the sea, but they seem to have so many units over there, I just don't think I'm going to be able to get close enough to do anything about it. But we'll continue with the turn anyway. Let's see what happens. A unit has no tasks, which is this guy. I don't want to move him too close because I don't want to risk him getting taken out by the city. I just want to have him there ready to land if I can actually do enough damage to the city. Okay, so we've got a change in diplomatic status between two of the great mages. I guess we'll find out what's going on there shortly. I guess this is why the yellow guy wanted the non-aggression pact. He's got too much damage of his own going on here, problems from these neutrals. So, enemy at the gates, apparently. Well, that's still these guys, isn't it? Which we can't actually do anything to because they are immune to magic, so it's a little bit pointless doing that. Okay, so those two have made peace. Right, we did want to take this hero out. That was one of the things that we were going for. So we'll have a bit of a plink at him with our mage. Is that enough to kill him? Yes, it is. Second time we have now killed that hero. Which makes it a little bit more possible now that we could attempt to attack this city. They have a range of 3, don't they? 1, 2, 3. I'm considering it, but I'm not 100% decided on it for the moment. So let's end that turn. Let's go for the next one. I'm not even sure how many units he's got because he has been at war with pretty much everybody, which could be bad for him because maybe he's sacrificed a lot of units in doing so. Enemy at the gates again, still these guys. I'm just going to fire a shot here. Now, this is very interesting. Our friend up here, our elven friend, is now trying to take this city. Still, I'd sooner him have it than the Reds, but ideally, I'd like to have it myself. That's what I've been sort of aiming for. I want it. It's mine. Okay, well. Can I get there in a single turn? Because if I can nab it. Ah! Brilliant. Now I've just got to hold it. This is where the problems usually start. So, these guys can stay there. Can we build anything here? Should we build anything here? What do we really need? We're running out of gold, which is a problem. So let's build a market. Let's put it here. We don't have an awful lot of places that we could put it. I don't know what these things are, actually. It just says it's a barren plain, but clearly that does something. I just don't know what it actually does. But I don't want to put it here because there's one of those on that hex as well. But that does give me 20% food production, so I'd much prefer to put some kind of food-based building there. So I'm going to try and move some of these units forward a little just to offer me some protection if he does try and take back the city, because he's bound to try and do that. So let's get my hero forward. Let's get my archers forward. I'm going to keep these guys down here because we still may end up having a declaration of war from the yellow guys. Let's try getting some archers forward as well. Of course, I'm making a classic mistake here of actually bunching my units up together. It just makes them an easier target. But we can construct another building down here. Now, the thing is, there aren't really a lot of things we can build because we don't actually have any spaces we can build on other than a pumpkin farm, but we might as well go for that. It certainly will help with the food, so there's no reason not to be doing that. So let's close the city view there. You guys, I think I'm just going to put you on sentry there until we work out what's going on here. Okay, we can see Norcastle. I mean, is it worth me just trying to... How close can we get? We've got some skeletal warriors there. Is it worth me just trying to take out these guys, or is it worth me just constantly bombarding the city? It's difficult to know what to do for the best, really. Because they don't take an awful lot of damage, that's the problem, and they can heal up too quickly. Obviously now, on the next turn, I'm going to take a shot, but I can move away. It shouldn't be able to finish me off in a single turn. I was going to say, that shouldn't have counted as a negative reaction against him because it wasn't his city that I just captured. Luckily, we've both got a lot of units on the front lines here, which could potentially really help us both out. Some sort of healing unit there, which I think he may well end up dealing with. So this might actually be a very good opportunity to take the red guy out. Got to be careful because there is a yellow guy here, and I do have a non-aggression pact with him, so I'd preferably like not to accidentally hit his warriors there, but... if it ends up being a bit of collateral damage, then so be it. Right, okay, he's taking the peasant settlers out, which is good. He should be able to finish those off, which he does. He's moving a lot of units in. He's actually doing a very good job. He's doing a much better job than I was of being aggressive. He's actually cleared a lot of their units out. Yellow guy's still having problems with his neutral neighbours. He's now actually using his healer to try and... do so. What's going on there? Did he take a shot at me? That's what it sounded like. Not 100% sure what happened there. Oh no, it's these guys. But there again, it only does 2 damage to me, and I actually recover 2 damage per turn now because I have the upgrade of skilled carpenter. So if he's only able to do 2 damage to me per turn, let me just keep... Wow, that was a massive amount of damage. The only problem I've got is it's going to be very, very difficult for me to actually land any troops and try and get it. That's my concern. Do have another galleon, though. Now, this galleon can't repair, which is its major downside at the moment, but I'm going to get it into position. And the more damage I can try and do, the better. But we'll see what happens. Enemy at the gates, of course, is still this guy. I'm just going to fire at him for the sake of it. I know I can't do any damage, but at least it makes it look like I'm actually trying to do something useful. So this place is healing up a little bit now. I'm going to continue to try and move some of my units forward in an effort to support the fight here. Now, I can't actually see any of the red units left. Maybe... Oh, he does have something down here in yellow territory. So, what I may do is... I don't have quite enough for a fireball there. What are these guys resistant to? They are resistant to life magic, but not death magic. So... a well-placed Shadow Bolt. I'm 1 mana short of doing a decent Shadow Bolt or a I'll leave it till the next turn, actually, and we'll see what happens. You guys are going to move forward slightly for backup.
Ready to pillage.
You guys are just going to stay here and heal up. Well, I don't think you actually need to heal up. Let's move the mages around. These guys have proven to be quite useful. They're quite expensive, but they do a fair bit of damage. They're a really good unit. So you're going to move forwards a bit more, and you're just going to stay there. That's fine. So not an awful lot going on with the Reds at the moment. Our Elven ally has quite a few units in his borders, but he doesn't really seem to be attacking his city. Or is that... Right, city's health didn't go down, so I assume there's some sort of unit off the edge of the fog of war there that I cannot see. I could try and reveal that. Okay, now he's attacking. Now he's actually going for the city. A little bit silly because the city's going to have quite a lot of defence because it's a capital and it's been there since the start of the game, but... okay, that was interesting. Now, I wonder if that was the Grand Librarian casting his own fireball on that guy. It must have been what happened there. Can't quite see what's going on there off screen. Maybe I'll risk moving my mages up a little bit more. And maybe I can see what's happening there. Ah, some walls. They could be neutral, actually. Oh no, it was his turn. Yeah, so it's the red guy. That's not a problem. I think my mages can deal with those, to be honest. Right, that red guy down there that I was going to try and deal with for the yellow guy is now gone off the bottom of the map, which is a bit of a pain. That takes 1 damage but regains 2. So, a lot of good stuff happening this turn. We now have elemental regeneration, which gives us regeneration plus 3 on a unit, which is really, really nice. So I could actually give that to my other galleon here, which may happen in the future. What shall we do then? Harvest Blessing. Now, I actually had this on the other game, and it was quite one I had quite early on. It just basically really increases the amount of food that you get for a turn or 2. So, I think we'll go for that one, actually. It's quite a useful spell. He wants an alliance, and he wants to give us gold for it. Well, let's accept that for the time being. Now, this is difficult. Hadn't noticed that option before. I've never seen this before, actually. So, I'm allied with 2 people. I'm allied with the elves, this guy, and I'm allied now with the yellow guy. But he wants me to help him with the yellow guy. And if I support him, then I'll be going to war with the yellow guy, who I've just made a peace agreement with. An alliance, but if I refuse, then I will be breaking my... Well, it doesn't say that I'll be breaking my alliance, but it says I'll suffer a penalty. I'm going to support him. Now, the reason I'm going to support him is he is quite strong. He's got a fairly big army, and we did sort of want to take the yellow guys out anyway, and the yellow guy is dealing with his own problems down there. So, I'm going to move these guys back a little bit, and I'm going to continue supporting my elven ally. There we go. I'm going to offer any assistance I can. Obviously, I've got a lot of units up here on the borders. These guys need to move out a little bit. Let's get them a bit more to safety. In fact, I'm going to move down and try and make a bit more of a defensive perimeter. See, I don't really want to fight. Mind you, I can fire because he's not going to do any damage. I was going to say I don't want to fire at this guy because I don't actually want to help him out, but it's immune to my damage anyway, so that doesn't matter an awful lot. What I think I will do, now that I have the mana to do it... See, I was trying to save up for that. Slightly reduces the casting time. See, that would be brilliant. I think I'm going to save up for that, actually. I don't think I need to spend the mana at the moment. So I'm going to keep firing at this place. I'm going to try and move in. You see, this is what I've got to be careful of, is units like that. So let's go around the outside. Let's also move this galleon over to this side, and I may be able to get some shots at him. Though this thing can do a lot more damage to me than I can do to it. It seems resistant to pretty much anything. Yeah, 2 damage is pretty non-existent. Haven't really had a lot of chance to use my hero. But that's fine. He's going to stay there on the defensive for the moment. Actually, no, I've already clicked the button. That's the one thing I hate. Quest has failed. We knew that one, but there was no penalty for it. That was the quest to capture that neutral city up here. Not too bothered about that. So let's just get the rest of these units assigned orders. So let's move these archers forwards a little bit. We might as well at least try and take, you know, one of these guys out. So let's move into this hex. Got to be careful because I don't want to take any damage from the south here from the yellow guy. They've got a promotion, which is good. Don't really see the point in moving many of these units further forward. They do get a level up, though, so let us give them some resistance to missiles, so that'll save them a little bit if the city shoots at them. You guys are going to stay there for the turn. An ally requests military support. I thought he was getting it, to be honest. But we'll see how that plays out on the next turn. Although for someone who requests military support, he does appear to be withdrawing his armies. I don't know what he's got going on up here, whether he's being attacked by the red off screen or whether it's being attacked by neutrals. I'm assuming it's the red guy. But there is a potential possibility here to take this this city. We are doing some damage to it. I mean, not huge amounts, I'll admit, but it is going down. And he's going to keep throwing these cheap units at it, which is doing some damage to it in bits and pieces. He seems to be wasting all of his mana using spells on a creature that's immune to magic. And if he wants to carry on doing that, I'm fine with it. Okay, so now it's his turn. He's firing at my guys, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Okay, so we have some neutrals down there that are attacking the yellows for me, which is very nice. That's the boat that has the regen, so that doesn't really bother me. Okay, he wants support in the war. We'd already agreed to that. I'm not sure why that came up again. We can build another building here now. The thing that's really hurting us at the moment is gold. We are really, really short of any decent amount of gold. So let's have a craftsman's district. There's nothing here that really seems to give us any kind of bonus or penalty to gold, so it doesn't really matter what we pick, I suppose. Enemy at the gates. Right, we're now going to be firing at this guy. I think that's him sunk. And now we have these units to try and deal with. So let's do as much damage to them as we can. We're going to take our archers and move them into the city for safety. We're also going to take our hero and move him back towards the magic tower. That was a little bit silly because he didn't move as much as I hoped he would have done. But not the end of the world. I can live with that. Let's carry on firing at his city. Hopefully we'll get at least one of them dealt with. Okay, that's a bit of damage done. We can now promote this guy and we can give them the resistance to missiles, which will help. So let's move the mages forwards a little bit so we can see what's happening. Let's try and help him by dealing a severe blow to those guys. Well, we wiped those out. That was good. Another unit needs orders. So we're going to keep firing at that. Now, because this is the closest galleon, that should just keep returning fire to the galleon. That's absolutely fine because all that is actually doing is nothing. It does a couple of damage on the turn, and on the same turn that actually heals the damage because of its ability. I don't really want to have to deal with this thing because he's a ranged creep and I don't seem to be able to do enough damage to him to bother him because he just instantly heals it off and he can attack me back quite easily. What's this diplomatic change? Right, he's actually now made peace with the red guy. This is really stupid. He makes... Oh, because he now wants to be at war with the yellow guy. Right, well, I need to wipe out at least one of them. I can't be in this stupid position where I'm constantly switching between two enemies. I think this is one of the points where this game actually fails. The fact that it constantly shifts who you're at war with and you never get anything done. So I need to pick an enemy and just concentrate on that enemy and try and defeat that enemy instead of just messing around and constantly swapping backwards and forwards between two units. Right, he's now attacking my hero. He's still got this guy here beating on his city, of course. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Don't know what was. Don't even know where that came from. Yeah, so your city's still taking damage from that guy. Although his city appears to be immune to the damage from that guy as well. So it's a bit of a weird turn of events, whatever is going on. Yellow's now at war with the Reds. Brilliant. Is this the... Oh, this guy's a healer. I don't have a lot of gold, but I'm going to hire him anyway, and I can give him this staff, which gives him an extra 15% to death magic. So yeah, sure, why not? So we have a new hero. We can construct a new building here. Again, we're still very, very short on money. So let's go for tax offices. I don't think we've got any of those so far. Again, none of these things seem to give us any bonus or penalty to gold. So put it anywhere. Got a new quest, which is to build a craftsman's district. There's no penalty, so we'll accept it and see what we get. Enemy at the gates. Well, you guys can fire at him relatively easily. Yeah, that didn't do a lot of damage, did it? Guess I've got a choice here. What do? Do I fire at that? Or do I keep trying to take this place? I mean, ideally, I'd like to try and take this place. Just don't know if we're going to be able to do it. We've also got the problem that we're trying to deal with the yellow guys down here, which we're going to do as best we can. That did a fair bit of damage. They get a promotion as well, which is nice. We're going to fire at you with the mage tower, because that'll do a nice bit of damage. We're going to move our hero over here, so he's a little bit out of the way. Okay, that's not too bad. Now, what should you guys have? I think you guys should have extra melee damage. You might be able to take those out on the next turn. And we carry on here with whatever we were doing before. Now, just as expected, that guy hit this galleon, and this galleon's took a huge amount of damage, which is a real pain. Can't do anything else with it at the moment. Try and land these guys. It's a little bit of a silly thing because this city will probably now attack the unit. If that's the case, then on the next, well, when I come to try and retake it, I'm going to have to do it by taking several melee units down there together at the same time. It's pretty much the only way I'm going to be able to do that. So what should I do here? This is a little bit of a risk to my mages, and it does look like he has another city up there actually, which is quite interesting, but I'm going to carry on trying to hit this place with everything that I've got and see what I can do. I don't think these guys are actually close enough to be able to take the city. They only took a little bit of damage though, so that's not too bad. I've still got my warriors over here, which can't really move around to attack these ghost wolves. They're kind of blocked, so I'm going to leave them there for the time being. Might need them as a backup unit later. So I've got this guy now who is a handy healer. So let's get him moved up to the front lines, and then we can actually use him to heal a friendly unit. Now, I'm not sure what his range is on that. He does have movement left. Right, did I click the heal button? Has a range of 2. It does actually say there, range of 2. So let's move him a little bit closer. And then on the next turn, he could possibly... does he have enough? Yes, he does. So we can actually heal our hero unit straight away. That's quite nice. Haven't really used the healers before. So again, I assume that's the yellow guy using his... Wow, that was nice for him, wasn't it? He actually had enough mana to cast twice there. Yeah, he's firing at my mages, which is clever on his part because my mages are by far the most threatening unit I did have, and I guess they're completely wiped out now, which is a real pain. Yeah, he's just thrown everything he had at me to clear those mages out, which, you know, is sensible. And as expected, he's now going for the civilian unit. We've got a quest. Okay, so we have a quest here to take out the champions of Grumgog, which are these guys. And for doing so, we get a fair bit of gold. We will get a spell. And we will also get some sort of god karma. So I think we'll go for that. What I'd like to do, ideally, because I don't think I'm going to be able to take this city. As much as I'd like to, I just don't have enough of anything around to do it. I was saving up the mana in an effort to try and use this experienced mind, but hanging on to it is probably not going to help me all that much. What I might do is go for a lightning bolt in the middle of all these guys here. Yeah, it only hit one of them, strangely. I can hit them. No, too far away, so let's aim for you. I don't think I'm going to be able to take this. Yeah, I just can't do enough damage to it. Now, one thing I was wondering is, can I request my ally to actually help me? No, this is a weird thing. You see, an ally can ask me to help them, but I can't do it the other way around. Now, that's a little bit of a pain. I don't particularly like that. We've still got this guy down here to deal with. Shouldn't be problematic. We should be able to deal with that quite nicely. And that's those gone. Should be anyway. Yep, it is. Good. Yes, so, he can have a level up. We can give him better armor. Or we can give him some magic shielding. Let's give him the better armor. They seem to be sending a lot of melee units. Although we just keep getting hit with fireballs and stuff. We'll continue to fire with you. We will attempt to land you. Though I'm not sure how well this is going to work. Because now you're out of turns. You need to heal up. Warriors. You guys are going to heal up also. You can stay there because you can't heal again because it's got a couple of turn cooldown. You can heal up as well. Now, do I try and take these guys out? This is the question, because I'm dealing with the reds, which are being problematic. What I'm half tempted to do is to try and make an alliance with the red guys, because and now pick on the yellow guys. This is the thing, it's a bit of a war of attrition. You attack one, and yeah, he seems to want to accept peace. We're going to go down that road for the time being. We were close to taking this, but I've only got a couple of units left here. He's easily got enough stuff around me to wipe out my archers, and yeah, I don't really think that's going to make it possible for me to take that. So we'll see how that pans out on the next turn. We are making positive gold and food now, and we're still doing fairly well on the mana, so I might be able to get that spell upgrade I wanted. So I'm going to leave it there for this video. So I thank you guys again for watching, and I hope you're not getting too bored with this series, because I am still learning what I'm doing, and I'm making mistakes, but I'm still enjoying playing. It is a brilliant game, and although it's not as complex as Civilization 5, it's got its own sort of quirky charm, and I like that. So, until next time, guys, goodbye for now.